Burning out subframe bushes. Are you using solid, Corey?
Don't ask me that question, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's got solid replacements.
Yes, solid.
I just buy the things, I don't even look at them.
Modifies car, doesn't know what he's doing. That's why he has people like us. It's probably not a great idea.
Fire is always a great idea.
I didn't say fire is not a bad idea. And spray on brake cleaner is not exactly a good idea.
I have plenty to do.
Double brake cleaner. There goes your hair.
Oh no, I gotta watch my mullet.
Did you just lose your mullet? No great loss.
Big loss.
Now he's traumatized.
So much fun to watch fire.
But yeah.
Woo. You missed this one. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I'm waiting for you to burn your mullet off again.
Ain't gonna happen. I'm smarter.
I really doubt that.
But I'm over
Preferably don't light the 32 on fire.
Try.
I suppose we probably should explain what we're doing for the guys that don't drift.
Oh. Making things burn because it's cool. That's literally it.
What you can see in the background is what many do when they go from rubber subframe bushes to solid subframe bushes. A lot of the time the reason you go solid subframe bushes is for drifting. I don't know if they do it for other motorsports, maybe. But the primary purpose of it is to stiffen up the rear end, so you avoid any form of axle tramp, any form of travel, I suppose. So it makes it really slidey, really solid, so when you break traction, it breaks traction. It doesn't try to grip, it doesn't squat on you, it doesn't get body roll, and the car just doesn't grab so much. It pretty much turns your car into an ice skate. So these factory rubber bushes are pressed in, and the only way you can get them out is to burn them out. I'm sure that there might be another way to get them out in a, I don't know, a factory setting with a high-powered press or something, but when you're a garage tinkerer or a drifter or, I don't know, a backyard mechanic, etc. This is the one I wanted to get them out.
You got some marshmallows?
Yes.
You guys.
Oh, no. Man, I can stand on it like that.
In thongs. Of course, in thongs.
Not
Yeah, you
Safety third.
You put it. The more solid you make anything, the more sacrifices you make to comfort, essentially. So the stiffer the ride quality, stiffer the suspension, depending on what you're doing. Anyone that knows cars knows what I'm talking about and can probably explain a lot better. Anybody that doesn't know cars, this will give you just a bit of an intro and a basic understanding of what's going on. We found the can of deodorant. Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Ben's mum. Setting the place afire. Yeah. Now we're burning out the rubber mounts in the subframe. Right, we have most of the CUS kit on, the S14, minus the roof wing and the 326 power wing that I'm still tossing up whether or not I throw on, but I've spent the last couple of days realigning the doors and fixing out the bonnet and the Rio and pulling the intercooler off to now fit the front bar. Oh, we need a light. Hold on, let me get you a light. Stay tools. Find the light. My little pocket light. Oh yeah, alright. I'll turn this one off. Seizure mode. Okay, this is my work light. Let's turn this guy up. Oh Jesus, really bright. Why not? Let's use the power of the sun for this one. Seeing the 14 is very dark. This is currently what the COS kit looks like. It looks very pretty. I know it's really dark and you probably can't see too much detail, don't worry. I'll be back here tomorrow morning to do this in the day, get the wheels on, sort the rest of my arms out. But just give you guys an update because I don't know where I'm up to. I've been filming on my phone and then filming on this and then kind of all over the shop, and then I've just been cranking this out. So if I've missed it, any steps along the way, let me know, I'll go over something. But yeah, it took me a while to fit it all up, but it is all fitted and looking beautiful. I'm pretty proud of myself with the paint job and fitment and all that kind of thing. J-size kit really does help. They've done a good job with the molds. They're not warped or anything. They fit nicely. Oh, I locked my car and I got my keys in the car. Damn it. Sorry, I'll show you that later. Tomorrow. But yeah, fitment really nice. And I can't wait to get some photos of this when it's on the ground with the coilovers on. And we might finally have some Google images again for the DRFT COS kit. There's only like one or maybe two that I found, and it was the original kit that COS used to promo the kit, but it's all together and it's like pixelated. It's like 240p, really old, cool looking kit, all libraried up. Really hard to find what this kit actually looks like though, so yeah, photos will do it justice hopefully. So we're still going. We might be able to see in the background here, yeah, burning Corey's subframe bushes out of his subframe to put in his 14. He's going to put the solid ones in. While he's doing that, I'm over here and I'm actually changing up the arms, the LCAs, traction arms, caster arms, camber arms, whole bunch of arms on my 14, and I'm converting them to his old setup to make this a very capable drift car. At the moment, it's all stock, it's all rusty, it's all non-adjustable. It's fine to drive on, fine for streeting, commutering and stuff, but I want to drive this and I want to drift this, so having things adjustable is so much better. But we've got Corey's old setup here on the ground. Now he used to have a dual caliper handbrake kit on his, so he's got a cut hub and he's got a modified setup to run the dual caliper kit, which is this guy. See on this side here, we have one here and we have one on this side over here as well. So dual caliper, you might have seen that in earlier vlogs when I was filming his car before we pulled all these off. But then we've got his stock rear LCA so they can stay on, as well as his stock everything else, so that's fine. All I need off this rear, off his, could be Costco, probably hard race, could be eBay. No, I think they're just eBay, my bad. But then we've got the upper camber arms here off the 14 as well, which you can see on mine. There's my stock camber arms and there's my stock arms. And yeah, I gotta put my coilover in too. So that's it for the rear. Look at these tiny little guys, aren't they cute? They're like the size of my finger. Whereas this is what we usually run. If you're doing a drift car setup, it's always good to run 33 rear brakes. There we go, there's Corey's dual caliper setup. Just hanging from his nothingness. But yeah, way bigger. Way better brakes. My brakes at the moment are pretty crappy, but you can get away with them being so small if you get really good brake pads. Something like Project Mu, the D1 spec pad's really good, as well as something like slotted rotors to really get the bite down on the rotor. But it's a cable setup and it's stock, so we'll see how it goes. Worst comes absolute worst, we'll try and find some Skyline bits and we can swap over some like 33 bits. Or a lot of people just go straight for a hydro and they'll do an inline hydro setup. I don't really like inline hydro setups, I'd rather just have no handbrake. So if I did something like that, I'd have to do a standalone hydro setup. But again, street car, we don't want to get too technical. We don't want to deal with a hydraulic handbrake at this point. We just want to go out and drive and drift. So we're going to leave it the stock cable, which again can work fine. It could just be needing some tightening. If it's not working correctly, it could be fine because the car is quite low K as well. So who knows? We'll find out when it starts running though. As for the fronts, alright, so the fronts we're doing a bit more. We're going to steal the tie rod arms, we're going to steal the LCAs, we're going to steal the knuckles because they are cut and shut knuckles by Denny T. So it just means they've been adjusted for drift and for more lock. Same with the LCAs. The LCAs are 25mm modified LCAs, which are these guys. So 25mm extended LCAs with hard race this time. Hard race tie rods, and I think we've got the good rack ends. No, right, I gotta buy some rack ends. And the cut and shut knuckles, which you can see this little dude down here, across here, has been cut and shut, which allows this guy more angle. It's hard to explain. Look up a YouTube video for more detailed description. And then we got our caster arms here, which go into the K-frame bracket, which my ones here are completely stock. I've even got plastic little water splash guards on them. I've never seen those on an S chassis, ever. That's pretty cool. Same with the rear. Oh, this was amazing. Have you guys ever seen a wiring loom? I don't know what you call it. Scratch cover pad thing. I don't know. I thought it was really cool that there was a little factory plastic clip that you don't see on any S chassis these days because they'll get taken off or worn or destroyed. But yeah, a whole bunch of cool little things on this. I'm going to knock out the rears tonight because they're a lot easier to do than the fronts, and then tomorrow when we have daylight we will do the fronts and get it all knocked out of the way, get the coilovers set up at the base height, get the wheels on, drop the car on the ground, let it settle, and see how that goes, and then start working on stuff like intercooler piping, wiring, other little bits and pieces. I've got a whole list we got to get through. How nice is it? It's green, but it's purple, but it's blue. It's pretty. It's a hover car right now. How are you guys going with your subframe bushes?
Definitely not just playing.
Definitely not just playing?
Not just staring.
Definitely just playing. God, can we cut your mullet off, please?
No, you cannot.
Blah! Can you burn the mullet? Here, pass it here. Let me burn it off.
I will throw your camera into your 14.
So close. I know where you live. I'll
I know
find
where you live too, and I'm closer to your house.
I wasn't hiding where I live.
It can be hard to find sometimes. Okay, I'm moving that along.
Oh, if they do run the water.
Alright, my camera's being really... Let's just get stuff. My camera's been really weird, so if this didn't record, this is actually the third time I've recorded this, so... Alright, so we just spent the last hour or so... Ben was working on the front because he got bored, and I was working on the rear. So you put the LCA... Hello? Weirdos. He put the LCA in, the knuckle, the tie rod, and the caster arm in the front left. The front right we've got to do tomorrow. However, I've just done the rears. I was having some difficulty now. Sorry, my camera's been weird, so I don't know if it's just recorded the last 2 times I've tried to explain this, but for the 3rd time lucky, I've been having dramas because I've got solid subframe bushes already in the car, which are these guys here. And there's another one just up here. What they've done is I think they've slightly raised the subframe, and the subframe is now hitting up here on the camber bolt for the camber arm. So this is an offset camber bolt on the other side. So it's offset. It's got a little washer on it. It's hard to get out because it was hitting on the top of the chassis just up here. So if my camera is not the greatest of seeing right now, but it was quite difficult to get out. So I had to screw around to try and get it out, and so when I did get it out, I've swapped the camber bolt's head around to the opposite side and the nut onto this side to try and make it a bit easier to get the bolt in and then get the nut done up. Still very hard. There is no room up here to get much on that, so it took a bit to get that on, but it's on, and we've got the rear arms on now as well, and we've got the camber arms on. Nothing's been set. I have done up the coilover, so it's all good, ready to go, and I've just adjusted it to a basic level to make sure that the wheel will go on and that the car can sit and not hit the body of the car, and then I'll adjust these once the car is settled. So this is just sitting in there, and then we'll get the wheels on, get the car on the ground, and see what this kit is going to look like. Now, I've tested my 17s, the Desmond Y Sports, on this last night just to see the fitment of the wheel and the height and stuff, and I think we're going to be in trouble with 17s. I think we're going to be about this high off the ground, not adjusted, with plenty of room to lower in the wheel arches and the suspension. So I might have to find 18s yet, I don't know, but keen to see what it looks like in the daytime. So we're going to leave the rest until tomorrow when we have daylight and we can use the Brit and the neighbour doesn't get angry at us for using the rattle gun and doing that last side. So until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys then. Hopefully my camera didn't go all derpy and I do have my footage here. If this video is a little weird, then that is why, because there's something weird going on with the camera. So I'm going to factory reset it and hope it fixes it. See you guys then.